This is for people who have bats, just a few, 3, 4 bats, thinking of calling a company to get an estimate, get rid of them. We did that. I called one of the bigger ones in the country. They came out, gave us an estimate, pretty high, but we went ahead and did it anyway. First thing ran into is signing the contract. Signed a contract, came back, said the wrong one. Signed another one, said come back, wrong one. Called us, said, well, third time's a charm. So we ended up just filling it out ourselves and texting it to the salesman. Finally got it done. But they sent out 2 guys. Each worked about 3.5 hours, total of 7 hours. That works out to about $450 an hour. Pretty darn expensive. So they came out, you can see they did just caulking, that I could see. Caulking there, caulking there. We've got a tin roof. They said it's more expensive for tin roof, don't know why. But this is just one side, lots of caulking. Yeah, that's one side. Coming around the front. Did nothing on the front. I can see. Here's the other side, more caulking. Caulking mostly was done, looks like, on the first story. It's a 2-story, somewhat 2-story, 1.5. Caulking there, caulking there. Don't know how they decide. Coming along. I think the company's only got a 1-year warranty, so they don't have a lot of faith in their own work. We couldn't really go up in the attic because so much insulation. Couldn't really get to the attic. So apparently it's a one-size-fits-all price. Pretty darn expensive price. Now the house is only about 1,200 square feet, so if you have a bigger one, they're going to charge more. And here's the back. If we had to do all over again, I just get a cock gun, climb up there, and do it myself. I think I could have done just a good job. Whoops, wind chimes. I could have done just as good a job, I think. And, moving around here, they put in a one-way valve for the bats to go out, but not come back in. It's up there in the corner. Don't know if you can see it, right up there. And see, there's a hole they didn't do anything with. Right about there, they put some kind of a brace, don't know what for. They put 3 screws down through the brace. When they took it up, they left the holes. Called the company. They're supposed to come out, fill those before it rains. Well, I said before it rains. They didn't. There's 3 more holes. Right about there, up in the tin. Then there's another hole they didn't patch. So I don't know. House needs paint, so we'll get around to that. Should have saved the money on getting these guys out, get rid of the bats. Just did it myself. Probably could have saved $3 grand. But I I don't see a whole lot they did. But if you're thinking of doing it yourself, go ahead. Couldn't do any worse of a job than they did. But just wanted to give you a heads up. You can see caulking. Mostly that's what they did for their money. Can't see a whole lot else. Plus leaving the holes that they've got to come back and patch, hopefully before it rains, so it doesn't get in our attic. Pretty dissatisfied. But went into it with open eyes. Just wish we had to do it over again. So there you go. If you're thinking of calling somebody out, when you see online it says $200 to $400, $600, forget it. It's not going to be that. It's going to be super expensive. As we are finding out, if you got to do it yourself, be careful. Do your research. Bats are protected by the U.S. government. You don't want to hurt them anyway. They serve a purpose. I'm sorry, we've got to get rid of them. This is mid-October, so they're going to be hibernating in just a couple of weeks. They're just going to have to hopefully find someplace else to live. So there you go. Just remember, if you decide to do it yourself, take care of the bats. Get rid of them before you close it up. Make sure they're all gone. You get those one-way valves online. Do your research. Don't want to cause the bats any distress. There you go. You save a whole bunch of money just doing it yourself.